Well. Welcome to SKST Radio, and this is Real Talk with Cammie Grayson and friends. Today, I have a special friend with me today, and I'm gonna let her introduce herself because I don't want to mutilate her name.
Hey everybody, I am Kezia Hendricks, founder of Young Investors Group and co-founder of Virginia Beard Festival.
Yay! So she is here to tell us about her Young Investors Group and talk about all the things that she's doing in the community. So
Have at it. Yes, so I am the founder and CEO of Young Investors Group. We are a nonprofit 501c3 organization located now in Norfolk. We actually got started in Pleasant Park, which is like South Norfolk, Chesapeake. But yeah, we teach financial education, financial technical skills, and we also have a juvenile justice fund.
Nice. Okay, so let me ask you this question. So how did you get started in this business?
Well, actually, my background is in finances. I was a mortgage loan officer. I'm currently a mortgage underwriter. I was a financial counselor for the military. I used to do classes within the community via Wells Fargo, where I was allowed to go into the community and teach classes. I went into juvenile detention centers. I went into colleges, corporations, teaching about credit, financial education, and yeah, I loved it. Additional to that. I'm originally from Dallas, Texas, and I have a brother who Dallas Cowboys, and I grew up in public housing, and I have a brother who, when he was 14, he served 15 years in prison. He was involved in one of those sweeps. He was taken advantage of through the criminal justice system. So I already had a heart for our young Black boys, which is what our program specifically focuses on. When I grew up, I said I was going to do something about it. Okay, make a difference, right?
Exactly.
And years went by. Jumped into the financial industry. Through my work with the military of volunteering and being a financial counselor. And I started Young Investors Group as a remedy to youth incarceration. Yeah. So I asked God, I was like, God, what can I do? Like, what can I do? Like, it's serious, right? Because when I started teaching the juvenile detention centers, I noticed for one specific area that majority of the youth that were at the juvenile detention center came from like one or two neighborhoods. And so what I did was I picked up me and my children. I was a single parent of 4 children at that time, and I relocated into the area, and I started Young Investors Group to really combat poverty, the incarceration of Black boys, and I really, really wanted to make a difference. So I feel like I have.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's good. So tell us about what you've done in the past that brought you up to today.
Okay, perfect. So Young Investors Group, we officially became a nonprofit in 2018. Okay. The first year, the young man had an opportunity to sell a house. Okay.
Nice.
They opened up businesses, participated in the Shark Tank.
Okay.
They opened up brokerage accounts. They had a chance to design shoes. And
wow.
We just have a lot of fun at Young Investors Group. Not to mention, each year the youth had a chance to get a stipend. So when the first year when they sold the house, they each got a $50 stipend. They were psyched.
Oh, wow.
They were super psyched. And shout out to Hampton Roads Helicopters, because the second year in 2019, they allowed our youth to ride on a helicopter, and do a photo shoot in their private jets. They dressed up in suits. Our photographer, shout out to Keith Cephas, for his work. Yep. Yeah. Yes, he did an amazing job on that photo shoot. So we do a photo shoot every year to contribute to their self-esteem, have them have professional pictures, which normally living in public housing.
Yeah, you don't get that opportunity.
You don't get that opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
So this was just a wonderful journey, and so additional to that, I actually started a organization called Virginia Beard Festival. Beard like facial hair, not beard. Everybody think I'm saying beard.
No,
facial hair.
Saying beard.
And we created a group called Beards in Business.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, and Black men that are in business that have beards, they get an opportunity to use their facial hair, okay, and give back to our youth.
Wow. Wow.
Yep. Actually, how they did that was the calendar that we did last year. Beards and Business
Nice. Let
calendar.
me see that.
Yep.
Oh my
Yep.
gosh.
Yep.
Woohoo. Got some hunks on here.
Well,
Look at this.
if you go through the months, you know.
Oh, wow.
You know, if you go through the months, you see the different men.
Look,
And
stop at January.
Stop in January. Look,
that is
this
gorgeous.
guy, this is Daryl. He has a children's book.
Okay.
Yep.
Mr. Daryl.
Yep, this is Daryl. He has a children's book. And
okay. So their business information is on the calendar.
Yep, it's inside of the calendar
so
for
cool.
you to support. Because I feel like that, we say support business, right?
Mm-hmm.
But is that business supporting the community?
Right.
What does that even look like?
Right.
Does it just look like, giving away Christmas gifts or turkeys for Thanksgiving? Or is
November?
It's November.
Woo-hoo.
Or is it, individuals who actually take part of their revenue and give back to the most vulnerable population?
Wow.
Which is normally young Black men, right?
Yeah.
Young Black men. And so we are super excited about the Beards in Business. We actually have an event coming up, a fundraising event, where we're raising $5,000.
Will some people with beards be there?
Yes.
Oh
yes.
my gosh.
I'm going to tell you why. So here it is. We got a team.
Okay.
Beards in Business Fashion Show and Pop-Up.
Wow.
Yep. Beards in Business Fashion Show Pop-Up. It's going to be on this coming November 7th at 4 o'clock during the day. So whatever you got to do later, you still can.
Yeah.
We have our host, the wonderful Tanita Brinkley.
My girl. We had her on the show.
Okay.
Last month.
With Secure the Bag.
Yes.
Yep. I think they have an event coming up for 2020.
They do.
Yep.
And she's already selling tickets too.
Yep. So y'all can get those tickets there. But we want to support businesses that support our youth. Dave Champion. With Champion Entertainment is going to be our host.
Nice.
In our entertainment.
Wow.
And then we have 4 designers. Wonderful designers. I design myself, 3 Scoops, Team Lamb, and then we have the Suited Fox. They all are designers.
Oh wow!
And we have a couple of more that are coming on board. Our vendors, Shark City. They'll be there.
Shark City, we know them. Military Circle.
Yep. Team Lamb, a designer. We are just having a really good time. And let me tell you this. You're going to love this.
What you got?
Okay, so I don't know if you know this. Not many people know. I'm putting it out there, Lord. So, y'all, for real, in my downtime when I'm not trying to save the world or build a community or birth the community because I have 6 kids, I play the bass guitar.
Oh no!
Yes. And so I have a little connection with the music, different music people, and so we put together a bearded band.
Wow!
Yes,
a bearded band. Awesome.
Nicholas John, he is an awesome artist. He has this beautiful song called 757.
Okay.
And it's beautiful. So that's going to debut. I
don't know, for some reason you look like you're a poet to me. That you be up there, letting people get your snaps,
I am here.
There you go, with the
I'm
beards.
here with the beards. At SKST Radio, where we,
make it happen.
Make it happen. Yeah. Not make it happen for the snapping. We make it happen.
For the captain.
See, we got this. I think we should do like a duo.
So, hey, there we go. Yeah. So how can people support you in your fun causes here?
Well, so first of all, help us raise the $5,000. Okay.
$5,000.
$5,000.
Okay.
Last year we raised a little over $1,500.
Okay.
And we were able to help a young man who was facing 20 charges for a situation that he had got caught up in with his girlfriend, who was an adult. Right. And he was charged as an adult. He signed a plea agreement and everything.
Right.
And so he was going to be sentenced as an adult for 8 years in the penitentiary.
Wow.
Yep. And so we took the money that we raised from the Beards in Business. So these men that participated in the Beards in Business last year really made impact. These businessmen made impact because they came together and they raised this money. And this young man had an opportunity at another chance of not being sent to the penitentiary as an adult. He actually ended up getting 2 years in juvenile.
Wow.
I know, that's so amazing. And, we built a portfolio for him. We got him a psychological evaluation to prove that he didn't think as an adult that he should be sentenced as a child. When youth commit crimes, I'm not the person to say they shouldn't pay a consequence, right? But they should pay a consequence with rehabilitation.
Right.
Proper rehabilitation. Mm-hmm. And so putting them in jail with adults is just not.
Yeah, that's a crime within itself.
Correct. Yeah. Correct. Yeah. So, we want to do more this year. pandemic hit, a lot of youth are going through the trauma of the impact of the pandemic. And so we want to raise money so that we can create programming for them, activities for them, experiences for them, exposure, all through financial education.
Wow.
All through financial
Wow.
education. I mean, we teach the financial technical skills. We expose them to business opportunities, career opportunities. And so that's our mission, right?
Wow.
Is to decrease the financial illiteracy gap that Black youth have in our society.
So if I was a community person,
Okay.
and I wanted to give back and help in some sort of way,
Okay.
how would I go about doing that for both programs?
For both. Okay. So for Young Investors Group, one of the ways that you can do it, you can go to our website. It's younginvestorsgroup.org, and you can go on there and click Get Involved, and that will allow you to sign up to be a volunteer. And you have if you are in the financial industry, you actually have an opportunity to possibly be a coach.
Okay.
We
That's good.
Yep, we have a project coming up where we're going to be decorating the teachers' lounge in Norfolk at one of the Norfolk high schools.
Okay.
And we are super excited about that because, like, I love teachers. Teachers are amazing. They've been working really hard since the pandemic and trying to get our kids back on track.
Yeah.
So, of course, we want to do something to boost that. We also have our upcoming session in 2022, starting January 2022 to August 2022, where we will be taking the kids through different processes. One of my favorites is the automobile lending, consumer lending process, where we teach them about consumer lending and credit and
that's needed.
Interest rates.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Because that's the first thing they want is a car.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
You got to be looking good in that car.
Yeah. Bro, especially the guys, the fellas, they love the car.
Yeah.
So we like, we don't want you to go in debt. Our program, Young Investors Group, really focuses on young men because there's already a plethora, with a rolling of the R, of organizations and opportunities for young Black girls.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's really the focus of society right now. And I feel like there needs to be a balance. There has to be a balance.
Right.
We have to enrich our young Black boys with our young Black women so that we have to create the balance of, family.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this, though, because when I had my nonprofit in Dallas, it was called the Gents Society. And the Gents, I had a hard time finding men to step up to the plate to help me mentor these men, these little boys,
Yeah.
And so do you find that here? Is that hard for you here?
Wow. I'm so glad that you asked. Yes, when before I started the nonprofit, I did research. Okay, I was doing research on the gang violence that was happening in Norfolk. There was like a war in Norfolk where it was like uptown versus southside, and like they was like making music videos and all that stuff on that, and shooting each other and things like that. And so I was doing research, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go to all of these different organizations that are men organizations and try to get them. And I couldn't really find an organization that focused on this specific population, right?
Okay.
I did find that. That's the reason why I created Virginia Beard Festival. Virginia Beard Festival was my way of finding Black men to mentor young Black boys. If they did not have the time to mentor, that they could contribute some type of way, which is why, the events and things that we have to raise money is their part in being a part. But then I really talked to God about it, and he said, Kezia, these are your mentors. Because when you look at the gang culture, and you look at the youth culture, they follow each other.
Right.
Our generation, we did really well with speakers coming in. Like I do get people inquiring because they want to speak to the youth. This generation, I've been studying this for quite some time.
Right.
They don't do really well with lectures. They're not really open to it. And it's not really their fault. It's society's fault because they're already overloaded with information. They've already, from the time that they wake up in the morning to the time that they go to sleep, they're consumed with information. And it's when they're in school, and then they're in a program, and if they have somebody just coming and lecturing them, it's really not a good look.
So it just
adds to the zoning out. And so it is hard finding mentors that are not that understand the concept that you can't lecture them and that you have to build relationships with them. And sometimes our Black men are out here grinding. Honey, they working 2 and 3 jobs, and they building businesses, and you know what I'm saying? They're trying to get a group, they already have the world against them, society. looking at them the way that they look at them.
Right.
And depending on their background, where they grew up, they could have, a felony or something in their background that caused them not to be able to move forward, or they made poor choices and, reproducing, having a bunch of kids and loads behind on child support. Mm-hmm. So they're out here grinding.
Right.
So sometimes they don't always have the time to mentor. Right. And what Virginia Beard Festival, Beards and Business offers is the ability to do what they normally have a little time to do, which is relax and have a good time, but they do it in good purpose, right? So they participate in something that will not just edify the time that they've taken off of work. Because, I mean, we have gentlemen driving from Richmond. We have, truck drivers. We have different men that work long hours, and they're taking the time on November 7th to come out and raise money for our young Black boys. To me, there's no reason why you shouldn't get these tickets, right? Exactly. There's no reason why you should be anywhere else on November 7th from 4 to 7. Right. Because these men that beards in business that are working these hours, that are building these businesses, that are trying to provide for their family, have taken the time that most men don't want to do and participate in something that's going to help our young Black men.
Let me see those tickets. Yeah. So these tickets are $29, guys. $29. See that? $29. Okay, so you know me, I like to round things off. It doesn't hurt to donate the extra dollar and make it around $30. Okay, $29 and an extra dollar, $30 to go towards the cost. Yeah. So she got 2 programs. Come on, $29. You need to be there November 7th. Beards and Businesses, 47. Come on, guys. Let's support this lady and her organization and the things that she's doing for the community. I mean, I am 100% so proud of this lady. From Dallas, from Dallas.
Yo, I've been here since 2000. Virginia. I've been here since 2008. And, like, this is my home. I have 6 children. I ain't going nowhere. Like, I'm landing in my roots. I'm here forever. I'm forever, Dallas, Texas. You hear it in my accent. I probably won't get rid of my accent, but
it's not going
nowhere.
It's going to be there for a long haul.
But, my heart is forever, with Dallas and, family. I have 11 siblings. So I will be back and forth to Dallas often, but my love is to build the Hampton Roads area, Virginia.
So let's help her support. I mean, she's here in your state making it happen. Be a part of it. Help her make it happen. Absolutely. So, how can people get in contact with you?
So, my favorite way, easiest, fastest way is Instagram, right? So, if you want to connect to Virginia Beard Festival, facial hair like beard festival. You can go to Instagram and type in Virginia Beard Festival. If you want to get in touch with us via Facebook, it's Virginia Beard Festival. If you want to volunteer with Young Investors Group, we are on Instagram as Young Investors Group YIG. And if you want to get in touch with us on Facebook, we are Young Investors Group. It's just Young Investors Group. And we have a website. It's www.younginvestorsgroup.org. And then Virginia Beard Festival is virginiabeardfestival.com.
Great.
So, yep.
And so you can also, that's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. That's a way of getting in contact with this lady. She's phenomenal. She's in the community. She's trying to make it happen.
Thank you.
And is there anything else? Are we missing that we need to tell these people?
Well, no, just get connected. And the only other thing is I will also encourage, so I wear many hats. I am the Economic Development Chair for the NAACP in Norfolk. I would say get involved with the NAACP because specifically the Norfolk branch, because I'm doing some amazing work with our team over there with the NAACP in trying to make sure that economic disparities are is not an issue, right? That everyone has an economic route, has a economic advantage when it comes to starting a business and getting opportunities and having access to things. So that would be the last thing. That would be my last call to action. Okay, She's right. I'm in the community, right? I wear a lot of hats in the community. I got tons of. If you don't know what to do, if you don't know how to get involved in the community, like I don't know what my gift is, I don't know what my purpose is, come see me.
This is the lady.
Community. You know, I may not be able to help with anything else, but if you want to get involved via the community, you're like, I want to do something. I go to work every day. That's it. But I really want to feel purposeful. Just continue.
Yeah, you know, your network is your network. So this lady is the person you need to know. Until next time, we're gonna call it a day.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me here.
You're welcome.
Man,
you're welcome.
when you heart.
We can do that. We can do that. Heart. Yes, yes. Absolutely. And so I guess we'll wave goodbye. You tell people again why we're waving goodbye, how to get in touch with you.
All right. So you can always get in touch with us through Instagram, Young Investors Group, YIG, and Virginia Beard Festival at Virginia Beard Festival on Instagram. Thanks, guys. See you next time.